and welcome to Maven Sports Show. I'm your host, Haven Harrington, joined by the engineer himself,
Mr. William Wright.
That's right, William Lee. Catch him on YouTube. Just Google William Lee, VA's finest. That's all I'm gonna say. Just Google William Lee, VA's finest, to hear some hot verses. If we're lucky, at the end of the show, he may bless with a verse or two from the title track, VA's finest. If we're lucky. He's old now. He may not remember all the lyrics.
Man,
but
I might not. I'm going to need a teleprompter. How y'all folks doing tonight?
Man, we got a great show. A lot of things going on. But before we get into the meat of the program, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And do not forget, please go to YouTube at Main Event Sports Show. Like and subscribe to all our videos. Like and subscribe to our channel. Go to maineventsportshow.com, the website, and there you can do the newsletter. You can become a patron like all the other patrons like Harold Kelker and Jessica Evans and others. And hey, keep this thing moving. Let's get the momentum going. Let's grow this thing to be the best Black-owned sports network in the world.
Haven is looking like way taller than me. I gotta lift my seat up, man. There we go.
That's I'm sitting up. I'm not hunched over. I'm actually sitting up. Erect. I'm old now.
Whoa.
I'm old now. I got bad back.
Show.
Yeah, I got bad back. So I have to prop my little self up here before I'm like 80 years old. Like,
Got you. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. This god awful NBA All-Star weekend that we witnessed.
It was like one of the worst. First of all, it was like zero hype. Like normally when you lead up to like All-Star weekend, it's like nothing but hype. Everybody's excited. Everybody's trying to figure out how they're going to go, how they're going to get there, all the parties. Everybody wants to see the dunk contest. Everybody wants to see the skills contest. The game kind of, sort of, maybe. But this year, God, it was just like...
It was bad.
It was a dud.
Bad. Yeah, anybody can miss a dunk. I mean,
it happens. It's the best of us.
But no, that's not how I was really framing it. I'm saying anybody, I could miss a dunk. Go just jump up in there and land and act like I was close to making it, but I really wasn't. And yeah, no, that's all they did. Somebody finally made a dunk some point during the contest, I think, because I was kind of nodding off. It was so bad. Like the highlight of it was somebody putting on some Timbs and dunking. Like that was the highlight of the dunk contest. Like, dude dunked with some Timbs on.
Like every Negro in New York has done that at least once.
Right, like
you ain't doing nothing new, buddy. I mean, nothing at all.
Right, so no, it was a pretty bad dunk contest. 3-point shooting contest was
I saw
bad,
it. It was
except for Karl Anthony Towns. He did a really good job, got close to breaking a record. He's a pretty good shooting big man. He scored a 28, which is very impressive. So, but everybody else was pretty whack. It was awful.
It was awful.
None of the stars were there. In the dunk contest, I don't remember a single name except for Cole Anthony, and only because he's Greg Anthony's son. It's the only reason I remember him. I don't remember none of the guys' names. No Ja Morant, no Zach LaVine, nobody worth seeing.
None of the guys want to see, and to me that's the sad part. Because I remember the dunk contest used to be like the hypest thing.
Yes, indeed.
At All-Star Weekend, it was like must-see TV.
Yes, indeed.
Because I'm old. So I remember like when Jordan, when Jordan and all those guys on dunk contest, it was like whatever you were doing got put aside for the dunk contest. Because all the stars were in it, like all the biggest stars of the NBA were in the dunk contest. It was like super mad competitive.
Right, very much so. And that's another thing, so there have been some ideas floated around. I even spoke to my son about it, and talking about my wife and my kids, about it. I had an idea of getting some of these YouTubers out here to do some pretty amazing things on the court, dunking. Stephen A. Smith, and we like to get your ideas on this too. Like, please chime in the comments in terms of what you think might be some good ideas to help improve the dunk contest. But Stephen A. Smith came up with the idea of scouting the country, the inner city courts around the country, and finding some of the best dunkers and having like a dunk off to lead to the top 5, top 10, or what have you, to compete for a top prize of $1 million.
You know what? The hairline has a point.
Yeah. And second place, $500,000, and so on and so forth. But I thought that was an excellent idea. You could have some of the NBA stars act as their sponsors or their coaches to help them prep, so to speak, so that the NBA players are still involved. Because if they keep putting this product on the court, the dunk contest and the All-Star Weekend itself is going to fall off pretty bad. And I remember this is not the first time it's gotten bad. It got so bad at one point, man. They had when they had to spin a wheel. Do you remember that year when they had to spin a wheel and then whatever it was like a classic dunk, whatever classic dunk it landed on when you spin the wheel, you had to basically replicate that dunk. It was pretty awful. It was pretty bad. I don't know who won it that year, but I kind of tuned out from the dunk contest a while back. Ever since my man JaVale McGee got shafted. Yo, Google this, because you're not gonna believe it me telling you. This man dunked 2 balls on 2 different rims that were side by side. You got to see it to see how he did it. He did it on the first attempt.
Ooh.
And he was defeated by Blake Griffin.
Bum.
Who jumped over the front hood of a Kia. And lo and behold, the dunk contest was sponsored by Kia that year. Blake Griffin won the contest, of course. It's harder to jump over somebody's head than it is to jump over the front hood of a Kia. Now, mind you, I couldn't jump over the front hood of I couldn't jump over a milk crate. So I'm not really hating on Blake Griffin. I'm just stating the facts. Yo, what JaVale McGee did, it was something new. It was something innovative, something we had never seen before, creative. And, he wasn't rewarded for it.
Like when Vince did the dunk, we put his whole arm in the rim.
It's like you find somebody who finally does something different instead of everybody trying to redo the under the leg, the arm in the rim. A guy tried to do the arm in the rim this year, and he only got, past his wrists. It was bad. Of course, I can't do it.
Or the dude sitting down with the dunk, that was dope.
Oh, yeah.
He sit down with underneath his leg.
Orlando.
Yeah. I was hyped, but to me, it's like you have to find a way to get your superstars to participate in the All-Star game. Because, it's not like it's the NFL All-Star game actually may get hit or there's an opportunity of getting hurt. It's the NBA All-Star game. It's like a big party.
Right, exactly. So it's
It's like Major League Baseball's All-Star game.
Yeah, please chime in. We would love to hear your ideas because I'm sure there are more. A lot of people have been talking about getting some average Joes. A pros versus Joes dunk contest was the first thing that I floated out there to where there's still some NBA players in it, but there are also some, so kind of a combination of the two.
Oh, they would never do that.
Yeah, because they stand a chance of
getting embarrassed.
Getting embarrassed, exactly.
They would. That's why I don't see LeBron James at dunk contest because he's not trying to get embarrassed.
I'm not sure if that's it.
You don't think so?
I think that embarrassed would be a very unlikely outcome for LeBron James in the dunk contest. I don't think that's the reason. Because I couldn't see him. I mean, not saying that he would be guaranteed to win, but getting embarrassed, there's no way.
That's just me. Because we had some dude off the street and came and started doing all these wild 360 off the backboard jams.
Right.
And you're just doing the Dominic Wilkins tomahawk for again. You'd be like.
But I thought you was talking about historically LeBron James skipping the dunk contest because he would get embarrassed by other NBA players. And I'm like, nah, he might not necessarily win, but I couldn't see him getting embarrassed. Like, no, I don't. He would definitely be able to hold his own against these other cats out here. I think now LeBron James would be a draw to the dunk contest even if he would have got into it this year, it would be something people would want to see.
Watch his knees blow out?
Yeah, but even, it's... and you said that he's averaging almost 30 points a game, though, man.
Him and Kevin Durant, man, like two old men now.
Hey, I don't know. LeBron is, he's still averaging 29 points a game. I mean, you call him old if you want, but...
but you know what?
Well, the young cats ain't averaging them kind of points.
You know what? I don't even count today's NBA numbers as real because the whole freedom of movement, you really can't play defense on the dude.
Hey, blame it on the rain, brother. It ain't his fault.
It's not his fault. He's coming in an era where you just can't touch dudes, There
are other people in the league who can benefit from them same rules. They're not putting up 29 points a game. And they're younger than him with better knees.
I would say this. LeBron is the greatest player of his generation by far. And he's still, even right now, actively.
And it's not even his generation
on
anymore.
I'm serious.
The greatest,
on the back end of his career, he's still the greatest player of his generation and starting out the next generation of NBA players. He's still the greatest.
And he announced this week.
Even though Rashawn would disagree with that statement and try to tell me,
cares?
And would try to tell me Kevin Durant is better, whatever.
Who cares?
Kevin Durant is not better.
Disagrees with that now. Kevin Durant's mama probably disagrees.
Kevin Durant tried to put his Fab Three together, his trio, to do his LeBron thing, win a championship. Busted.
Womp, womp, womp. But no, LeBron announced earlier this week, that he intends to stay long enough to play at least 1 year alongside his son, who wouldn't be eligible to play until 2024. So with that in mind, and he said he's willing to go to whichever team is willing to draft his son. He said it outright. I think that is a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Again, LeBron, in my opinion, has done no wrong. I mean, in the eye of the public, this man has done no wrong. I think that would be the storybook end to his career. I
mean, LeBron is like the model NBA citizen.
Dude,
like he's like the model NBA citizen.
Still hated by plenty, but that just comes along with territory.
About you.
Yeah, you better believe it.
We're talking about you, Rashawn.
That comes along with territory, but no. I mean, that would be a beautiful sight to see a man with the career that he has had playing along with his son in the league. Man, that would be beautiful, man. That would be beautiful. Just it goes to show just how prosperous his career has been. The fact that he is still able to play. I mean, physically get out there and play at that age where he can play alongside.
Considering he's been playing professional basketball since he's like, what, 18?
18 years old.
And his body is pretty much held up except for like the past, literally like 2 or 3 years.
Yes, sir.
It's just now starting to kind of break down.
Why do you keep saying that? He's still averaging 29 points a game.
It doesn't mean your body can't start to break down. It says his body is broke down. It says starting to break down. Like he's starting to get injuries. He spent like the first 15 years of his career with 0 injuries. And now they're starting to accumulate, unlike Kevin Durant, who has all sorts of injuries.
Stall him out, Debo. He's still going in.
That's what he's doing. I mean, hey, look, I give LeBron credit. He has not had one issue, one off the court incident since this dude was in high school. And he was, crowned the king, the greatest thing coming in, and he's lived up to the hype. You know how the pressure he's had to live with his entire life.
I agree.
It's just crazy. But we could talk about that on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be back in 2+2. Stay plugged in. I'm Hagen Harrington, host of the Sports Show. Catch us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Plug Network Online. Stay plugged in.
How y'all doing? Plug Network. This is Theus. Be sure to peep in on the 26th of this month for the listening session of the Love EP. Break down various things about the song, about the music, and where I was at the time. If you interested, fuck with your boy. One love. Shout out to the plug.
Told you I'm the plug, ho. I'm what it is. Fuck who you think I thought it was.
And welcome back to Maven Sports Show. Man, so much to talk about. What a brilliant conversation about the NBA All-Star Game. Thank you, William, for that.
My pleasure.
Brilliant. Another brilliant discussion on the greatness that is one LeBron James. And it kind of finished up that thought The fact that man has not had a single scandal since high school is phenomenal. Because if you gave me that kind of money and that type of recognition when I was a senior in high school,
Man, I'd be going around smacking senior citizens with stacks of $100 bills. Shut up, old lady.
I'm crossing the street.
All kind of dirt on me, boy. Especially at that age, man.
Oh yeah, and they do it in the era of social media where everybody has a camera phone that can follow you around everywhere.
Man, and
that's crazy.
Pressure that came along with being an 18-year-old franchise player in the NBA. Oh my gosh, man, I'd be a mess, dude. So hey, it wasn't meant for me for some reason. When he took his, we got out of high school in the same year, '96. Oh no, we're talking LeBron. I'm thinking Kobe. As I said, Kobe took his talents to LA. I took mine to Bowling Green, but no.
There you go.
We talking about LeBron. LeBron, yeah.
That's producing. He's producing the award-winning movies. His own production studio and everything. I mean, he's
amazing. Open up a school.
I mean, he's the man. I mean, he's like literally the perfect NBA player. Like if you can sculpt an NBA player, it would be LeBron James.
Yeah, Rocky's sitting at home choking on his own spit.
He's still mad someplace. Kevin Durant's better. Kobe's much better.
Hey, speaking of Rocky, man, dude, what is this? Yeah, I don't get on Facebook very often, but I get on there the other day and this dude is on there naked. What, dude? Yo, Rock, put a shirt on, G. What are you doing?
Look. He's just.
What is this all about? What's he doing?
He's probably his workout routine. So he's showing his chest off. He shaved his chest for the picture. Off. Yeah, you know. It's better doing this way than with the wife beater like he used to wear. You know, you can still see like the little wife beater tan. Even though it's like the middle of winter, he still has the wife beater tan from like the spring.
What is the motivation of wanting to show your chest off, G? Yo, Rock, put a shirt on, man, before I report you to Facebook for inappropriate. What is that? You put people in Facebook jail. Put your shirt on, man.
He may be fishing. We don't know these things.
Oh,
we don't know these things. A lot of geriatric citizens out there, I'm sure.
Hey, go for
we're excited.
Don't let me hate on you, man. Don't pay me no mind.
I'm sure some people that Shady Graves or nursing home like, ooh.
Well, don't tag me in it the next time, though. Dude.
He wanted you to see it. He was very proud of his chest. He wanted you to, the comment.
I get it.
You can tell he's proud because he gave it to people's eyebrow. And then after the picture, he was like,
oh, God. Nah, that's all good, brother. Keep up the good work, man, and keep shredding them pounds, man. But anyway,
we'll talk about U of L there.
No, we're gonna talk about Juwan Howard, man. It's smack. So here's the thing, man.
With a 5-finger say to the face.
Dude, you can't defend everything, man. And sometimes when you defend things that are really not defensible, you kind of end up being seen as crying wolf because I can't get behind Juwan Howard on this one, man. If he had gotten fired, I would have been like, you can't go around doing stuff like this. I know he, whose team we own and everything. I get it, but you can't defend this kind of stuff, man. You're a grown. He's an old man. What? You smacked the coach.
It smacked him pretty good too. Like reached across the body. And he has some big ass basketball hands.
Arms are so like he reached across a crowd of people and still made contact.
It's like 3 or 4 dudes bent over. He still was like, smack him.
Dude, what?
But you know what? Here's the thing. It was a very contentious game.
I gotta hear this.
They both were kind of sticking each other bad timeouts and substitutions and stuff. And from what I've read, some of the things I've read is that when it's coming through the handshake line, the other coach may have said some things, maybe kind of condescending to Juwan. It still doesn't excuse what he did.
He actually grabbed Juwan Howard.
He grabbed Juwan Howard and said some very condescending things, kind of like how can I put it? I'm just gonna say it. So he said some things that sometimes white guys kind of get that, they kind of feeling themselves, they kind of talk to you a certain way. They kind of gives you flashbacks like the 60s and 50s and whatnot. So he kind of said some things that may have given Juwan like a little flashback, And normally as a black head coach, just kind of suck all that stuff in, be like, whatever, buddy, and walk off the court. But every now and then, the nigga comes out.
Every now and then you got to sacrifice part of your salary to prove a point. I don't take to
that's not one of those times. To me, I
don't take to that school of thought. Because first of all, especially to take it down the path that you took it, my thing is this, man. If by now we have not figured out a way to overstand that nonsense, that's our fault. Dude, we're so smart and so creative, so innovative as people the things that we created and figured out, but we can't figure out a way to circumvent the nonsense that comes toward us. There's single words that we can lose our job over, that people probably sit back and pinky bet their friends lunch. I bet you I can make that dude right there lose his job today. No way, how? Watch this. And they say it, and then all of a sudden, we're in jail and out of a job. So you can't think of something within yourself to say, dude, I could literally, and this is me talking, I could literally sit here and listen to you say that word all day and probably fall asleep while you're saying it. And it wouldn't be that I'm hiding my reaction. I wouldn't even have a reaction within me that I would want to let out.
And so that's the thing. But as a head coach, you have to be, no matter what he said or how he said it, if he grabbed you, as a head coach, you still got to be like, especially as a black head coach.
And in no way am I suggesting that something that was racial was said. I'm not.
No. I know what you're saying. But as a black head coach especially, you have to know that you'd be like,
dude,
Wusa, get your hands off of me.
How about get in the locker room and figure out why y'all got stomped out so bad? Get mad at that. You know what I mean? My thing is this, man. We can't defend everything. That was, in my opinion, that was not a defensible act on Juwan Howard's part. I can't get behind that, man.
I mean, honestly, yeah, you really can't smack another coach, regardless of what he does.
Take my card from me. You know what I'm saying? Take my cookout invitation back. I don't care.
You know
man.
what?
The
You can
truth
keep
is
your
the truth.
cookout. You can keep the
I
invitation.
hope so, man. But the truth is the truth, man.
I mean, you got the backpack to prove it. But anyway, no, but seriously, yeah, you're right. I mean, it really is defensible.
Come on, man. How can we? No, we got.
You have to set that standard as a coach. It's got to be like.
So his players started fighting.
I want to touch him up.
His players started fighting. On top of that, did any of them get reprimanded in any way? Because if they did, because I haven't heard anything about players getting suspended. The Big Ten is still looking into it.
I haven't heard anything about any players being suspended. I know Juwan is suspended for the rest of the season.
No, they've actually drawn back on that. It's down to 5 games.
Yeah, that's the rest of the season.
The rest of the regular season.
Well, yeah,
but
regular
at first
season.
they were talking about suspending him even if they went into the postseason.
Yeah, they weren't going to do that.
Yeah, no, they talked about that at first. Though.
Yeah, they talked.
Discussion.
They talked about, but they ain't doing that.
The rest of the regular season. Okay,
yeah.
So fair enough.
You can't lose money.
You can't lose money.
You can't lose money.
Dude, go home and tell your wife that. You know, so I go play ball every once in a while, man. I'm like, I can't get serious out here. How do I go home and tell my wife I tore my ACL at the Y? Sit down somewhere, dude. It's over. It's over. I can't do that. I can't go home on crutches from the ER. I tore my ACL, you know what I'm saying, trying to call some clown over at the gym. No. You got, man, you got to weigh this stuff out, man. So he goes home and tells his wife, I'm losing 5 games worth of salary because he came at me wrong. Like, dude, we spent all of our lives trying to get away from that.
The funniest meme I've seen about that was somebody had a picture and they stopped like right when he smacked some boy in the head, and it's like he should have smacked Weber like that instead.
Yeah, right. If it was any timeout that he should have smacked somebody over, it should have been Chris Weber. That's what that one I saw said.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my gosh, man, Juwan, you got to do better, man. And anybody defending him, dude, you got to. I can't.
You know, on the lighter side of news, at least good news as far as black coaches are concerned. Our man Boyle's got his job with the
wrong coach. Who are you talking about?
Football. Man, the guy who sued Flores, excuse me.
Yeah, okay. I was like, Boyle.
Wrong black coach. But yeah, he got his
he got picked up by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mike Tomlin. So to the rescue.
Again, now people wonder why, you know, like I said, coaches and players, and Tomlin has always been one of the coaches that I followed, the Steelers, mainly because he's from my hometown of Hampton, Virginia. But now these are the reasons why. Mike Tomlin puts his money where his mouth is. You understand what I'm saying? He's my guy. He is my kind of guy. So no, Mike Tomlin, thank you, sir.
Omar Epps is doing it big.
Yeah, he's doing it huge, man. And you know, dude, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. He's like, no, he's not gonna be unemployed while I'm a head coach. Nah, I'm not. It's not happening. It's not happening.
That's dope because he was not about to get. No other coach was going to touch him.
Nah, not while you have pending litigation against the league. Mike Tomlin, you can't be scared to lose what you got, instead of helping out somebody else, man. You know, hey, man.
Now the FE coach move of the league of the week, Grambling University of Grambling.
Tell us more.
hired Art Browse as the offense coordinator.
And
You remember
Art
Art Browse? Art Browse was the old head coach of Baylor when Baylor was balling. But he got fired from Baylor because Baylor had a series of sex scandals, but like 30 or 40 rapes that the head coach and athletic department, the president kind of hid and paid people off and everything else. So he wound up losing his job, and it kind of been a coach and pariah ever since. But Hugh Jackson, former coach of the Cleveland Browns, now a head coach of Grambling State, hired Art Browse as the offensive coordinator.
Yikes.
So it's going to be interesting. But Art Browse, I mean,
I ain't touching that one.
like outside of that, Art Browse, he's a great coach. I mean, he's one of the best. He's a legend in Texas as far as coaching. What he did at Baylor, the offense they had, they were just killer. So it's going to be interesting. Now he's at HBCU.
And the HBCUs are on the rise,
In
man.
Louisiana,
Everybody knows, HBCUs are in vogue now, man.
I mean, you got my man
Let's
Deion
keep the
Sanders
wins
from
going.
Jackson
I love it.
State.
You know what I mean? And NBA All-Star Weekend was all about supporting, the NFL this year, supporting HBCUs and this and that. Man, I love it. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep that momentum going. I would love to hear you all's comments on this Juwan Howard situation, man. I would love to tell you all that you're wrong and that, what you're saying doesn't make sense. So if you defended him, I would love to hear your defense. Please, tell me, how can you defend something like this? I would love to hear that, man. Love to hear it, man.
Make sure the backhanded him and still went overhand. Make sure you good pimp slap pat, and just held his hand out there like this.
I don't know. So, yeah, man, that's what it is, man. We gotta do better. We gotta do better.
Do much better, man. We'll take we're up against a break. We'll take this quick commercial break, and we'll come back. We're going to give you all the ins and outs. What's going on with UofL's coaching search? What have we heard?
Nobody cares.
All that and more. We come back on the Man Even Sports Show
cares.
on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in. I'm Avery Harrington, host of Man Even Sports Show. Catch us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Plug Network online. Stay plugged in.
How y'all doing? Plug Network. This is Theus. Be sure to peep in on the 26th of this month for the listening session of the Love EP. Break down various things about the song, about the music, and where I was at the time. If you interested, fuck with your boy. One love. Shout out to the Plug.
Told you I'm the plug, ho. I'm what it is. Fuck who you think I thought it was.
And welcome back to the Man Even Sports Show. Man, so much to talk about, as I like to say at every break, because we do have a lot to talk about. And then we're going to talk about Billy's least favorite subject to talk about.
No, it's not my least favorite.
Which is
I'm just tired of it.
Which is the University of Louisville beat with teeth. The Fighting Cardinal Birds. They won the game.
They won a
They
game.
beat Clemson, lowly Clemson. They won. Everybody was jubilant.
Then
They lost right after that. And they lost exactly how we thought they was going to lose. They get down by double digits. They claw their way back by getting the ball in the paint. scoring, 2-point buckets. Everybody's put their back to the rim and scoring and getting rebounds and stuff like that.
Then they stopped doing what's working.
Then they stopped doing what's working. And like the last 4 minutes of the game, just jacking up threes. That's it. Just jacking up threes. And of course they lose by 7. So, but that's what they do. That's what this team. I mean, look, season's over. The season's been over. They just roll the ball out there and just let them do what they do, have fun. It's like rec league at this point. It doesn't really matter. It's just rec league ball.
Now, do you see why I don't want to talk about it? I mean, it's the same story. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's the same story. It's like YMCA.
It's the same story. I mean, again, dude, I'm all for Louisville being successful and bringing home a championship, even, man. Hey, but dude, I will always call it like I see it, man. Even if it's my favorite team, dude, my favorite player, I will call it like I see it. And Louisville just has, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Louisville right now. Let's go ahead and get this coaching search conversation started. Once again, Kenny Payne.
The Payne train, baby.
Payne train. We talking about that. And who's the new guy on the block that they talking about?
Musselman, Eric Musselman. He's the head coach of Arkansas. He's another guy that a lot of people are interested in. He's had 2 back-to-back top 10 recruiting classes at Arkansas. Arkansas is playing pretty well this year. They played pretty well last year. I think they made it to like the Elite 8. So, I
got another name I would like to throw in.
Besides Mark Jackson?
Besides Mark Jackson, besides Phil Jackson, besides Tito Jackson.
Jermaine.
No. In all seriousness, somebody I don't think anybody has considered, and somebody who I don't even know would be interested in coaching. But after watching, this is the tie-in right here to the first segment of the show. I think David Robinson would be an elite college basketball coach.
Really?
I swear I do. I swear I do. The structure that man has, being his military background, his basketball IQ. This is maybe the only player in NBA history, or one of a few to ever score a quadruple double. He comes from the lineage of Greg Popovich. Listen. See, people have to start thinking out of the box, man.
But the problem is, one, he's never recruited anybody before.
Would he have to?
Maybe, because he's never been a head coach either.
Okay.
And is he currently on anybody's coaching staff? Does he have any coaching experience?
Was Steve Nash?
I think so, yeah. No, he was assistant coach, wasn't he?
No, sir. Never.
Yeah, well.
He went from being nobody to being a head coach in the NBA. Just like that. Oh, and overnight.
No, well, okay.
So here's my thing. But we got to try something different. You've tried all of that other stuff. Well, who's coaching? Where did he play for? Who did he coach? Yeah, let's see how that worked out before.
Man, I never thought of Robinson. Never crossed my mind. How about Dennis Rodman?
That's
the greatest rebounder in
Dennis Rodman, yo.
It'd be funny.
He'd bring Katina Powell back in the current state that she's in. Dennis Rodman would have, oh my gosh. It would be cocaine and prostitutes every night. Oh my gosh. And then him crying the next day in the press conference and showing up with a wedding dress on, or if he came at all. And Coach Rodman was in Vegas last night.
But Dennis's credit, he was always there for the games. And always give you 18. There for the games, give 15 boards.
Yeah.
He was so consistent, Michael didn't care. And that's saying a lot, because Mike was a tyrant. A lot.
But his influence on, that's...
Now, there's influence on young guys.
On the young guys, would they still be able to be as disciplined as he was and be as wild as he was at the same time? That's
of course not. That's like one dude ever. Well,
right. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Because the stories I've heard about that era of the NBA, like, they were all out there.
Oh, very far out there. But he was so flamboyant.
But Dennis took that to the next level. It's like everybody's like that. Like Jordan and Barkley, all those guys right here.
And a lot of people don't know this.
He took that the extra level.
First of all, Dennis Rodman, in my opinion, had one of the best 30 for 30s that I've ever seen. He had the best Hall of Fame induction speech that I've ever seen. A lot of Dennis's antics were related to his displeasure with the Bad Boys being broken up, because that was literally like a family to him. And I know this is way off on the tangent.
But take us there. Preach.
No. That's kind of the in and out of it. He was so hurt by the Detroit Pistons team being broken up, and he struggled to find that type of family environment in his teams that came after that. This was his way, kind of just lashing out. So, but anyway, I digress, man. But no, I think David Robinson and anybody that hasn't looked that direction in terms of looking for a coach. Now, you just don't know what you're looking for in terms of coaching qualities. Now, again, David Robinson could be so uninterested in coaching somebody's college team or anybody's team for that matter that it wouldn't even be possible. But, dude, we got to start looking other ways, man. Okay, Chris Mack, Musselman. Why him?
Great recruiter. He's a proven head coach. He's done it in Arkansas. If you could recruit to Arkansas, they could care less about basketball.
Okay.
Imagine what you can do here. And that's what it would say. Imagine what you can do here.
Blah, 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 blah. I've heard this before.
You got Kenny Payne, former player. He's from the Denny Crum lineage.
From the Denny Crum lineage.
And then trained underneath Calipari. And now he's with the Knicks.
Right. Kenny Payne. Remember the dude from Saturday Night Live? Dude, okay, let's do.
He's on the Payne train, baby. You're on the Payne train.
All we need is a unique name to go around with your last name.
You got the Russ Bust, the Payne train.
Saturday for Satterfield. Yeah. He's terrible.
Yeah, he's not terrible.
We give him all these little nicknames and stuff. Then
Satterfield's not terrible. He's just soft. This is different.
Now he's not terrible. When he was on that losing streak at the beginning of the season, though.
I always said,
now he's not terrible.
I've always been consistent. I think he's a good coach. He's just soft. He's soft.
Oh, God.
To be a head football coach, you got to have some modicum of toughness. You got to be able to just be like, that's my enemy. We're going to go on the field and we're going to smash them because it's a very physical, mano game. You can't be like Ned Flanders. You can't be out there and be like Oakley Dokley. Like when UK was like going L's down the first time they played him. He went out to complain to Coach Stoops. Hey, guys, your guys over there doing L's down. Could you, G. Willikers, please stop that? You can't do that.
He did it.
And he did it.
And you said he's a decent coach.
I say X's and O's. Yeah, but
I told you.
But that's a different part. That's a different part of the game.
Last time.
But.
And whoever the new AD is, who is the new AD?
We don't have one yet.
I'm talking about the interim.
Josh Hurd, interim AD.
Okay, whatever. Whoever. Dude, Mike Singletary. I'm tired of giving y'all stuff for free. If you don't try to get Mike Singletary here as the head coach,
no.
I'm tired. Okay, we'll go after another Satterfield then.
No, Deion Sanders.
I can't argue with that one. I'm sorry, I can't.
He's like, yes, that's a good one. Damn,
that's a good one. Yeah, Neon Deion, baby. Oh my God.
That'd be perfect.
Oh my gosh.
That would be perfect. The swag would be like it'd be like a different level of swag.
Must be the money. Remember the Deion Sanders rap song? Oh my God.
That'd be a different level of swag. He could bring back the Jerry Crow, the whole night.
Man.
That'd be a whole different level.
Woo-wee.
Just imagine. Deion Sanders is our head coach. The amount of swag this team would have.
I am imagining that, and I like it, brother.
Imagine those press conferences.
I like that a lot.
With Deion Sanders as head coach. I'm telling you.
Hey, hey, whoo, yeah, you got me on that one, brother. I'm sorry.
That's the man right there. If Satterfield fails.
He already failed. What do you mean?
Deion, what's up?
How many terrible seasons we had? What bowl did we go to this year?
We went to First Responders Bowl where we lost
we actually did go to a bowl.
Yeah, we lost to Air Force.
What was our record?
We was losing records. I think we're like 6-7 on the year.
Oh, so after the bowl loss, but then we went. No,
6-7 before the bowl loss. So
how did we get into a bowl with a losing record?
We got 6 wins. So this was like.
When did they change that?
As long as you got 6 wins, you can qualify for a bowl. But he's like the first head coach.
They have 13 games.
They're 6-6, and then the 7th was a bowl loss.
That's what I just asked you.
Oh, my bad.
They were 6-7 before they went to the bowl.
No, my bad. No, they were like 6-6.
Yeah, okay, 6-6, you get into a bowl.
But he's like the first Louisville coach to keep his job after having like 2 back-to-back losing seasons. The last 2, Cooper and Crabtree got fired. He's the only one that kept his job.
He's our man, though, according to you.
He got a 4th year. I didn't say all that. I said he was soft. I said, man, he's a nut up.
He got a contract extension.
He didn't get a contract extension. He got another year.
Dude.
He's got his last year of his contract, so he has to. This is his do or die year.
Well, I told you the word on the street side of Lexington. This came straight from Kentucky Sports Radio, KSR. Is that the reason that Vince Tyra left is because of his unsatisfaction with the university unwilling to go after Jeff Brom again in favor of keeping Scott Satterfield. Have you ever heard anything about that?
I've heard that rumor as well. I've also heard the rumor that Brom was pretty much a done deal, that they had some boosters who were going to pay his salary and buyouts things to get Brom here, and Brom was ready to come, and the president, the rumor goes, the president was like, no, we ain't doing that.
Do you think Brom is the answer?
I think Deion Sanders is the answer.
I think Deion Sanders is the answer.
I think Neon Deion is.
Hey, Mike Singletary, brother,
That's
you
what
my
we
guy.
need. He could be defense coordinator.
No, he could go to Western Kentucky as the head coach.
That'd be dope right there.
Man, listen, now, I actually sent the AD at Western an email about that when Bobby Petrino left. I didn't get a response, but I took a screenshot. I'm dead serious, man. I'm serious with these suggestions, man. Somebody one day is going to follow through. One of these days, man. You got to shoot your shot.
Mike Singletary built the 49ers to what they are now. So,
listen,
I got to give him his credit.
I think that his style, his hard-nosed style, it would lead to exceptional success on the college level. I'm serious. Anyway, what's your thoughts, man? Who do you think will be the good replacement coach for Scott Satterfield when we finally come to our senses and decide to get rid of him? And who do you think will be a good new head coach for our men's basketball team? Why nobody's going after Jeff Walls is still beyond me.
Because he's not leading the women's game.
Well, okay. You pay him enough, he'd leave. And why nobody's going after my man over here at Bellarmine, Davenport?
Because he's old.
Hey, so is Bruce Pearl, but he was on a lot of people's lists. But anyway. We'll see you on the other side of this break, folks. Please leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know who you think should be the next head coach of the men's basketball team and the men's football team, or the only football team, rather. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Stay plugged in.
I'm Haven Harrington, host of the Sports Show. Catch us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Plug Network Online. Stay plugged in.
How y'all doing? Plug Network. This is Theus. Be sure to peep in on the 26th of this month for the listening session of the Love EP. Break down various things about the song, about the music, and where I was at the time. If you interested, fuck with your boy. One love. Shout out to the plug.
Told you I'm the plug, ho. I'm what it is. Fuck who you think I thought it was.
Well, push on. not too long after the season ends, so people kind of excited to see who's going to be the next guy up. But it's just interesting how this whole thing is taking place with a search firm, because Louisville's never really done a search firm before, because normally, we've had Jurich here and Tirade just kind of done the things themselves and they kind of handle it in the house. But hey, new sheriff in town, things different. But I have a question for you. I'm going to completely change the topic, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
As I completely change the topic, I was at work the other day listening to the radio, and I heard this song come on, and it made me think about you.
Oh, hey, you're so sweet, but I'm married.
No, that's good to know. So I heard Killer Army come on.
Oh, in the what radio?
Apple Music.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what station you listening to?
No, it was straight streaming. It was straight streaming.
Oh, okay.
So it got me thinking, because the Wu-Tang Clan has had, this is a big musical discussion now for this last segment, but the Wu-Tang Clan, it's all these Wu affiliates. Would you say that maybe Killer Army may be the best Wu affiliates out there? Outside of Sons of Man and all those other guys?
Speaking, and I don't want to get too over technical with it.
No, go ahead. Get in the weeds. As a fellow MC.
Well, technically speaking, Capadonna is a Wu affiliate.
He is.
So, and a lot of people don't know that. He's not an official Wu member. I don't know how to really state that, but he's technically, he is a member of the Wu-Tang Clan though, right?
He is, but he's he's like an advanced affiliate.
Yeah.
He's like an advanced, he's like that dude that barely, I actually saw on the first album too.
Was he?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't on the first album.
So he's like that guy that missed the first album, but then kind of made it for everybody else's cameos.
Right. So, no. So, yeah, I could go with that. Grave Diggers, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
So I was listening to the album, and I was like, man, they were really dope. I remember getting charged listening to their little album back in the day.
I don't know. You got Shaheem. I don't know.
Shaheem a Rugged Child? I wasn't a big fan of Shaheem the
I
Rugged
wasn't necessarily a big fan, but you're talking about in terms of popularity, or in terms of who I like the most.
Yeah, popularity.
I don't know, man. I might have to go with Shaheem on that one.
Really? Because to me, I thought the guy who could have been the greatest Wu affiliate, but he was just way too wild, R.A. the Rugged Man. I think R.A. the Rugged Man.
I'm not really familiar with a lot of his music.
Okay. He's going to have he did actually threaten to kill a couple of radio executives. He kind of disappeared for.
Yeah, that will take you out of the limelight.
Yeah. He showed up in the studio with a shotgun. That it tends to,
That's a little too rugged there, R.A.
Yeah. He went a little too hard.
Yeah, but no, man. So that is a sidebar for sure. But no, I would have to go with Shaheem.
Okay. Nah, to me, it's still. And I want to get your thoughts too. Greatest Wu affiliate. And I know I brought this up because I was listening to it. And I was like, man, I haven't heard this in 10 years. I was like, this it still rolls.
Of course, I have a question.
Yes.
Why did it make you think of me?
Because being an MC yourself, I was like,
Got you.
And kind of in your younger days, you had kind of a similar rhyme style a little bit to Don Pacino. So I was like, okay, I wonder what Will thinks about this.
Okay.
The Nas fan himself, the greatest Nas fan. I wonder what he would think about this topic.
Okay. No. I like that. No.
See, for you guys don't know, my man Ill Will here, when I first met him, this man when you think of backpack rapper, this dude right here.
He has no pictures to prove this.
He doesn't. This man went everywhere. Every picture I saw this dude in, from high school to his freshman year in college, the backpack.
I was living out of that backpack.
He was the definition of your backpack rapper. The man was rapping on the bus stop, rapping on the bus.
My home.
It was. You were
literally not.
But everyone, it's like a turtle. Everybody saw this dude. You saw him in his backpack.
On my back.
He was walking around I was trying to battle rap people. On the bus, take the old school. I know, right? I'm gonna try to get him bust a freestyle for us.
And I'm not gonna do it, but I appreciate you encouraging me to.
I think you should.
I think I should not. Again, I'm not very good at self editing, and this is a family show, PG-13.
So anyway, go to YouTube, search William Lee, search Cloud Hoppin'. My favorite song of his is VA's Finest.
Thank you, sir.
Go to it.
You know what? The last 5 minutes of the show, Omni, could you pull up VA's Finest for us?
Yes, I can. Let's go.
Yeah, this slaying the whole time. I know.
We doing this for our VA heads, raise a glass head at the table, ready to break bread. We spar bar for bar, no matter who the best is. It's beautiful like Keith Murray standing on a Lexus. Get them stems on my
thing
hood.
in this world, rose pedal through the concrete. I was pedaling, girl, carefree, getting money, still dripping like a girl. Soul glowing like Leroy or show enough. Kiss the Concords, we came up. Now the kicks cost a quarter brick. 30 a pop, karate chop the whole
More
block.
gigawatts than Marty McFly in a chicken box. Flossing, driving in a circle like I'm Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
Pop the clutch, put the pedal to the floor. Bake my Danas on the curb when I'm on the run from Winslow. The Benzo, sitting on 20 twins low.
On a 6-4. On a Porsche box like Klitschko, I'm Rich Poe, selling Alpo. Fiends call me Pete, you can tell it's a Porsche boy, it's stitched in the seats. I'm with my dog on a Lilo, trying to build to a kilo. Fish scale like Dory, trying to bring back Nemo.
William Lee, OC, we them niggas to see. Where you from? 7 cities in the place to be. Hampton, you don't stop.
Bad news.
You won't stop, nigga. OC, William Lee, we them niggas to see. Where you from? 7 cities in the place to be. Norfolk, you don't stop.
5 Beach.
You won't stop, nigga. I'm Kaza Sose and he Kobayashi. The usual suspects in your building lobby. At the Roxbury Valley Park, the Maserati. Cutting up in the club like Steve Butabi, no problem.
These Virginia streets is hotter than wasabi. Had the alley in that 88 alley. I'm from the 7 where you found me. Stretched like Pilates, get jammed like Smuckers. Looking like food, send them to Cook Brothers. Pigs in a blanket, that's the undercovers. Dum-dums that you niggas won't talk to.
Call me Willie Hustle. Old school, do the Cupid shuffle. Try the stinky leg, pour the lower back muscle. We keep the peace, but sometimes we attract trouble. To say the least, keep the peace in a black duffel. We pretty boys, ain't no scars on our knuckles.
Hit me in the neck and she gas guzzle. Stay strapped, don't make me unbuckle, I'm reckless. You talk fly, don't get ruffled. In your crib, be quiet, subtle. 44 bulldogs with no muzzle. Ain't no way pillowcase make this Drake.
William Lee, OC, we them niggas to see. Where you from? 7 cities in the place to be. Portsmouth, you don't stop.
Chesapeake,
you won't stop, nigga. OC, William Lee, we them niggas to see. Where you from? 7 cities in the place to be. Suffolk, you don't stop.
Denby,
you won't stop, nigga.
Yeah. The weed loud set off car alarm. You act up, I whip out fast like Autobahn. I'm Genghis Khan, my chain don't tangle on the charm. Ain't no kinks in my armor, my nigga, I'm Perignon. Turn that beef to filet mignon.
Give me the microphone last so I can crack like a glass. Hampton and Bad News together, now you know that's your ass. Doing shows off the books, nigga, pay me in cash. Need somewhere to lay low so I can tally my stash. 1001, 1002.
Put a towel on the tool, Godfather 2. You better have my De Niro, duck in the Federal Bureau. Closed mouth, don't get fed, closed mouth to the feds. Everybody want heaven, but nobody want dead.
Damn right, let's get this money instead. Oski scoop me in the booger to take me to Chuck-a-Tuck. Money missing from my bag, I need answers like Bubba Shuck. Try to play me for my loot, my nigga, you out of luck. What the fuck, my nigga, what the fuck? Yo. William Lee, Oski, we them niggas to see. Where you from? 7 cities in the place to be. Fever, you don't stop. Bro, you won't stop, nigga. Oski, William Lee, they them niggas to see. Where you from? 7 cities in the place to be. Aberdeen, you don't stop.
Shell Road,
you won't stop, nigga. Nigga.
There it is. My favorite William Lee song, VA's finest.
What shall I say? I thank you all, first of all, man, for the recognition and the acknowledgement of the music that I create. I greatly appreciate it, man. Again, as Haven said, you all can find me on YouTube, man. William Lee. Check out the videos I made for my kids too. My kids have a few songs out there, Fussy and Scody. Check them out, man. That's actually the greatest success I found in music so far, man. Is the music I made with them, man. It's
you know,
their numbers are they're way above mine, man.
And my daughter loved the video.
Yeah, your daughter was in the Ugga Bugga video, man.
But you can't miss like the tall, skinny one running around.
It's on the pogo ball. That's his daughter.
Yep.
Yeah, it was based on the old Houdini Big Mouth. And I actually had a chance to meet, before I made the song, to meet with both of them. We actually tried to get them in the video. Rest in peace to Ecstasy, by the way. And they actually gave me their permission to use the song, to use the beat in the song. And I actually had a long phone conversation with Rappin' Jalil after the song was complete. And he gave me his praise and gave me his blessings on the song, man. It was a pretty extreme project for me, man.
So next week on Main Event Sports Show, we come back. Not only are we going to continue our conversations about basketball and football and everything else in the world of sports, we're going to get this guy to talk about how he met Shock Lee, became good friends with the late Shock G.
Yeah.
See, I got the lead thing about you, man. How he became good friends with Shock G of Digital Underground, and how he got to go to the Tupac movie premiere.
I will talk about that.
Yes, that and much, much more. To give our producer, Omni, etc.
The
man, the myth, the legend himself.
etc.
Next week, we want to hear one of his songs.
And the Cherokee.
Because this man can also flow.
Oh, you got music.
Oh yeah, he got bars.
Yes, sir.
He got bars.
Sir. Yes,
hey,
sir.
Tune in next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock, Main Event Sports Show, Plug Network. Stay plugged in. I'm Haven Harrington, host of Main Event Sports Show. Catch us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Plug Network Online. Stay plugged in.
How y'all doing? Plug Network. This is Theus. Be sure to peep in on the 26th of this month for the listening session of the Love EP. Break down various things about the song, about the music, and where I was at the time. If you interested, fuck with your boy. One love. Shout out to Plug.
Told you I'm the plug, ho. I'm what it is. Fuck who you think I thought.